Hey, peanut butter. Oh, she's got like a hand out of her head. Bonjour, we children. My name is Mary Peanut Butter, head of occult science at the Miskatonic University. Ours is the most prestigious institution of dark magic, the occult, and all the strange ghoulies that live in your peripheral vision. I am here to tell you a story about a little girl that's everything, but ruining everything gives you the opportunities to make everything better. Own we. That's all weird. Was that? You asked why I have a giant head sticking out of my head? Yeah, I was actually. Well, that is because I am French. It is a thing we have. No funny business, we? You'll learn about the strange things people are afflicted with throughout the story. After this, you'll think my head is cute and adorable, as you should. But first, let me describe to you the state of the world prior to the witch girl that ruined everything. Do not fret, you probably know this already, we? So, you are aware of the giant aliens that we call gods and the cultists that we worship them, no? Then let me tell you. Some worship Cthulhu, the giant man octopus dragon thing. His cults teach eternal patience and waiting for the Cthulhu to come back to them so he can destroy the world. Rude. Some worship Yogsu, the outer dimensional god. Oh my god. My voice just went. Some... Hold on. I'm a professional. Get it together. Oh. Some worship Yogg-Sleuth, the outer oh god, I lost her voice too. God of knowledge. These smarty brains tried to build fortress to let him come here, but that would destroy the world too. Not so smarty. Most humans, like our witch girl, worship Shemnigin, known as the All-Monster, All-Mother. Even cultists for our other gods will pray to Shin at the end of the spells and rituals. That is because yeah, okay. Like our witch girls, some can be blinded by their desire for harmony. There are some that would take advantage of the naive notion that all humans are loving and good, not so lovely. Okay, so you know of gods now, Yui? Let's talk a small bit about the human of the world. Some countries have been more affected than others by the strange happenings of the universe. For example, in Canada, Yeetus, thousands of them. But the Canadians are well prepared. Yeti invasions are considered a national pastime. Bring the family, we'll shoot some Yetis. This is what us French call an English person. Note the sharp teeth, purple blush, and big ugly face. A couple decades ago, it was discovered that a huge percentage of the English nobility were actually cannibals, breeding humans in underground caves like livestock. Everyone in England went crazy when it was found out, so now they're all cannibals too. Apparently the Scottish just found it hilarious. This one is also my boyfriend, so no touching his ugly face, oi? These little fellas are called Australians. When the Sugars left Antarctica, they came across the big island filled with lovely, delicious humans. But these humans didn't want to be devoured, and even when half dissolved in the Sugars' bellies, the humans would punch and kick and smash bottles inside them, making the Sugars very uncomfortable. So instead of trying to eat them, the Sugars formed a cute little symbiotic relationship with the Australians, granting them immortality in exchange for less punching to the little Shanes and Sheetas can happily booze and barbecue away for all eternity. This is called an American, not the steely haircut and gigantic bum. Specifically, this American that our story revolves around, the little witch girl that ruined everything. How can you tell she's a witch? Why, there are many clues. Example, the pasty skin, a symbol of spending her days asleep, and her nuts dancing naked in the rain with her coven to conjure strange hexes. Also, the little black choker thingy is the closest thing to a uniform they get. Also, she doesn't wash. Are you gonna make me look like a dumbass in this story? Oh, this is a different voice. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna make you look like a dumbass. Are you gonna make me look like a dumbass in the story? Because it was only like 20% my fault. Our story begins with our smelly dumbass being briefed on the university's secret protocols after just being hired as a security guard for the occult science building. But on her first assignment, she discovered that all is not as it seems at the prestigious school. Thanks, nutsack. Now, Miss Lestrange, you understand that as security agent, your off-site assignments are to be kept in the strictest confidence, even from our other members of faculty, and especially the students. My God, I'm the worst. Nyahaha. You also understand that as a security agent, you'll be in very real danger, both from physical harm and mental corruption. You understand that your body is subject to mutation at any point during your employment and resident in Arkham. Rad. And finally, you understand that as a University of Occult Science, that you're obliged to assist us with research regarding your supposed magic eyes, and failure to comply will result in your immediate dismissal. I'm sure. Well then, Miss Lestrange, welcome to Miskatonic University. What the hell? What the hell is that face? Oh my God. What the hell is that face? Welcome to the Miskatonic. Wow, okay. Awesome. Oh, there's gonna be so many voices. Hey, you must be the new security guard, Charlotte, right? Yeah, that's me. Great, I'm Johnny, head of internal security. I'll be giving you a tour of the building. You'll be patrolling. You'll be patrolling, then I'll show you to your quarters. Ready to go? Sure. Well, you'll be working here in the occult science building. You're a witch, right? Have you dabbled in any occult science? Well, I'm pretty good at the occult stuff, though mostly I use it for errands and favors for folks. Plus a few hexes, curses, blights, just keep up that witchy appearance. Blood in the jam, bones in the sponge cake, cat in the mush. Phallus into tiny screaming vegetable face. What? Normal stuff. Well, we do things a little different around here. Whoa. Shit, dude. That's cool. Awesome. This is the Ethereum, where students can perform experiments on the Necronomicon. The creature acts as a shield to the outside world, keeping any experience sterile and quanterating any unexpected summonings. Words hard, sorry. Hi! Hello! We didn't know it could do that. Did you try talking to him? You are gonna provide some much needed common sense around here, Charlotte. This building also houses the Corporium, a surgical theater where students can perform vivisections and what is that word? Vivisections and autopsies on otherworldly creatures. Ah, speaking of which, this is Eddie, one of our monster hunters. Thanks to him, our corporean professors have been able to gather more information on living horrors than any other time in university history. Oh, he cute. The trick is to figure out where its face is, then commence repeating punching. Who's the new girl? This is Charlotte Lestrange, a wish from the chess cook coven. She'll be working security for this building. Hi! Looking after us rascals, huh? Well, just give me a clip around the back of the head if you see me slacking off. And I'll get back to work. Yeah, big stuff. I've been known to whip some ass with my big muscles. There you go. Come around the chop shop. You want to see what me and the lads wrangled up the other day? You witches like nightmares, right? Sure, well, the fun one's out. The fun ones anyway. Like when your teeth fall out and you smooth them off with sandpaper to make a lovely necklace. Or when you're running down a corridor in slow motion with a bunch of hands coming out from the carpet and grabbing your ankles, and you finally stop to ask them what they wanted, and it turns out your shoelaces were untied and they were just super concerned for your safety. Or when you're at school and you stand up in class but you forgot your pants and you're embarrassed but everyone compliments your butt. Well, you're a bloody weird one, Charlotte. You'll fit right in here. Don't let my sister catch wind of you. She won't leave you alone. You telling stories like that. Ah, and here our curator of the Comporium, Miss Marie Peanut Butter. She used to be a void shaman from Paris before coming to work with us. As fun as satisfying the void is, my true passion. Oh my god, I'm trying to do so many voices here. Oh, what? My true passion lies in discovering how things work. At least when they are dead. Groovy. What's a void shaman? You know, the dark thoughts you have sometimes for seemingly no reason. The ones that tell you to jump when at the edge of a cliff, or rob the bank when cashing a bank check, or drop kick a grandma through a stained glass church window of a funeral. Oh yeah, I get those all the time. Well, those are not your thoughts. A few hundred years ago, the French aristocrats' way of life was so decadent and whimful. Their unbridled sauciness only went in so many bloody hedonism. God and damn thing lives under the Paris catacombs, communicates telepathically with people over the world, urging them to give them their darkest whims. The French get it the worst cause, because these shamans take it upon themselves to do the dark deeds. So the rest of France doesn't have to. Must be a right giggle. My last act as a shaman before coming here, I took my clothes off, covered myself in lemon cake and green food coloring, terrorized the local village as a delicious swamp monster. Quite enjoyed that one. Shall we press on with the tour? Sure. Bye, you guys. So, not to be rude, but judging from the bandage up arms and the sick eye scar and the tear lines in your hair, I'm getting the impression that security work here is, you know, a little dangerous. Oh no, not for you at least. The occult science building is probably the safest on campus. Cause something went wrong in this building we all too dead to notice. Pfft. Don't listen to her. She's just a little jealous that the new girl gets the cushy gig while she's stuck in the math department. What happens in the math department? What doesn't happen in the math department? There's nothing so cold, so unforgiving, so dark as mathematicians. Universe is not but an equation. They'll shriek behind their burnt hair and sludge-tainted cardigans, one that can't be solved. But how do you solve the equation of a dozen screaming children being ingested by a black swirling chasm of teeth and crawling hands opened at the far end of the classroom by one of their damnable equations? Damn you, young Henry. Carry that damn too. What the fuck? So let's carry on with your tour. Next up is the library. Awesome. Each building hosts a small library dedicated to research and documenting the subject that the building students are studying. Here in the Occult Science building, we keep an original copy of the Necronomicon, as well as translated copies for our foreign exchange students. That's a lot of knowledge. Ah, and here's our librarian. Charlotte, meet Miss Chartrine. Oh, she cute. Hulu. Hi, I love your mask. I didn't know you guys had a Shoggoth here, and a tame one too. Oh, Emily isn't a Shoggoth. She just had a small accident with the Necronomicon a while ago. Ended up like this. But our occult science learned an awful lot about what happens when these tombs of black knowledge, when you spill your soy, no whip, ice, caramel macchiato, 2 shots hazelnut on them. Huh. Sure looks like a Shoggoth. Purple, gooey, moderately adorable with a hint of terrifying. Well, that's the Necronomicon for you. It's funny. Spilling a non-fat frappuccino with extra whipped cream and chocolate sauce just turns you into a puddle of loose bones and blood. Still, it hasn't stopped Emily from performing her duties, Ooh, shall we press on? Okay, nice to meet you, Emily. Charlotte, this is Lizzie of Dunwich, our Yogg-Sothoth consultant. She's taught us quite a lot about, oh my god. She's taught us quite a lot about the other dimensions during her time here. Lizzie, Charlotte's the new security witch. Oh my god. Yes, queen. She's so cute. No. That's what that looks like. Yeah. You're cute. Are you the sort of witch that does the naked in the rain, or the sort of witch that does the lucky charms and the big hats? The rain kind. You and me are gonna get along-ish. So, like, how come I can't... What are you? I'm a Lizzie. What are you? No, I mean, why do you look like a shadow? Or like part of my eyeball has stopped working? It's cause humans can't see. Cause they're all afraid of me and my sister's appearances. Everything else can see me. Whereas doggies all tuck tails whenever I go near them. Lizzie is an example of a mental phenomenon found only in humans known as cerebral voiding. It's a trick by the brain to preserve the sanity of its career when a sanity of its carrier. When a person comes across sights too horrible to comprehend, their brain refuses to render it, instead showing a black silhouette in place of the sight itself. Essentially, instead of Lizzie's insanity inducing true form, your brain is protecting you by showing a shadow instead. But I saw that interviewer, no problem. The guy whose face was just teeth and gums, the girl with the hands sticking out of her head, and Emily the librarian. Yep, Lizzie and her Dunwichian sisters are in a league of their own when it comes to horrific appearances. We sent a lot of students to the Asm trying to figure her own. That is awesome. Yes. Here's our head of catering, Miss Ruth. Mrs. Roth. She can cook anything with 3 or more legs. Yum! Hey. Oh, look at you witches, all skin and bones. You just let one of my little gremlins know what fills your tum, and I'll whip it right up. So many people. What's the humanitarian dish for today? Dave from accounting, my dearest. Ooh, pork sandwiches. Yummy, yummy, yummy. We employ a staff of cannibals from England. Eddie in the corporium and Annie between 2 of them. They only eat fresh accidental discs with the family's consent. Usually. Oh! I get it. Humanitarian. It's funny. Well, once you're done with Johnny's little tour, let me know and I'll make you breakfast. You're making her into breakfast? Let me have the arson portion. Well, make steak and kidney pie. Big ol' witch rump. You ain't eating no rump steak, Annie. Your little hoard's got poor old Dave. Aw. Come on. At least let me have your ugly feet, eh? Nice and lean, covered in flavor, and entirely useless. Look at them. All the way down there. When I'm done with them. Great, let me give it a little appetizer and the lick between them toesies. Pre-bunch snackle it. How about it? Don't encourage her, dear. She'll be crawling all over me until your feet fall off. My bad. Speaking of cannibals. Good morning, Miskatonic! It's your favorite morning announcer, Minnie in the morning, bringing you all the Miskatonic morning announcements as and when I see fit. It's currently 2:30 in the afternoon, so let's get started. Those of you students that have volunteered for the submerged Necronomicon mutation testing that has unfortunately been called off by Professor Baxter on the grounds that the school's swimming pool is now alive. Lunch today will be turgid and depressing. And with the owner of a white child, please report to the reception office. It's currently being towed. What was that? That's Minnie, the morning announcer. Does she do that a lot? Perpetually. You seem pretty comfortable around this stuff, Charlotte. Oh, I grew up in Maine. Not as many mutated folks, but they make up for it with all the goofy supernatural happenings. Hey, Johnny. There's been looking for you. Thanks, Chasm. Come on, Charlotte. I gotta make a quick stop off. What happened to her? Oh, that's Chasm, one of our portrait diver team. They usually work out of Dunwich, coming back to write reports on their expeditions. When they come back, of course. So let me make a quick stop and I'll show you to your room. Ah, Johnny. So this is the strange girl, the crumbler, the ruiner. Wow, look at this guy. I love how your coat melts into the floor. Yeah, this is her, Charlotte. This is Dr. Thirst Valentine, the head of the occult science and the discoverer of residential evil. Resident Evil, the discoverer of Resident Evil. His work taught the university about the lingering nature of documenting malicious entities. Essentially, he figured out why seemingly innocuous writings can summon horrific creatures or cast terrible curses. It is why the books bleed. That's cool. I had a book that kept growing teeth and screaming and whatnot. It was my diary, though. Excellent. I shall inform my colleagues of your arrival. We will merrily indulge in the popped corn. Ta. I like him. You know, you've come highly recommended, Charlotte. Oh, yeah? By who? Charlotte! I can't believe they finally hired my tiny baby monster. Ramen, what are you doing here? Got me some gainful employment teaching kids about old school dark magic. None of this occult science in my class. What they got you teaching? Oh, you know, I'm in security. Keep folks safe, one in the hall, swinging a comically large keychain, bopping folks on the head with a flashlight, top secret mission, stuff like that. Stuff like that. Pretty on point hiring selection, if you ask me. Yeah, safety. That's definitely a keyword when I think of Charlotte Lestrange and her magic eyeballs. Hey, those cats turned inside out on their own. I sneezed. Hush your gums. Well, speaking of cosmic abominations, I gotta go teach a bunch of 18-year-olds how to turn blood into peanut butter by dancing in the rain. You're gonna love it here, Charlotte. The Miskatonic's just one big like-minded community all working towards making the world a better place, just like our coven. Come find me when you got some time off. There's nothing cosmic about them, Rummin. They were just cats with their bones on the outside. They got better. So, you two in some kind of cult? Sort of. We're witch cultists of, essentially we believe that since the universe is filled with crazy awful bullshit, that humans should be nice and loving to each other. Some of us, like the cult of the Black Sun, have these awesome bake sales for their neighbors, where areas others, like the cult of loveliness, hunt and slaughter and roaching monsters to protect their hometowns. We sort of like a goth Girl Scouts. What about you witches? We take all our clothes off and dance in the rain, typical witchy stuff. But we use black magic to do nice things for the town folks. Body snatch and breach birth babies to make them crawl out of their mom. Summon and fixer pixies when a guy's leg falls off using transmutation circles. That's portals for when the trash collectors want a week off. Stuff like that. Wait a minute. The cult of the Black Sun do bake sales? And the cult of loveliness are Monster Hunter? What does the cult of killer murder death? Plant gardens or something? Oh, you mean the cult of Fitide retribution? No, those guys deliver meals to old ladies. And what was that about magic eyes? Oh, don't worry about that. I just do this. Cool. And sometimes weird stuff happens in people's mind. Usually they forget something or get an eye twitch. Long as I don't use it on little animals, it's pretty harmless. Okay, so let's keep going. This is your room, a little tight, but the lunch ladies bring us security guys breakfast every day. I'll let you get settled. You can explore your patrol route until Bob gives you your first assignment. It's perfect. Thanks, Johnny. Okay, I better go familiarize myself with the patrol route. Hello again. It's time for a quick tutorial, Ulrich. You're about to enter what's called patrol mode, wherein you're allowed to freely investigate the occult science building. Use your mouse to click the characters to initiate conversations or doorways to move other places in the building. Charlotte's patrol will always start here, outside her room. And if you want to save the game, hit the little cog in the bottom right of the screen and give it a try. Don't forget to visit me at the Corporean, we. I'm sorry for voice changes every time. I fucking am having a hard time keeping voices in my head right now. So, we out here trying. We doing our best. What the Please report all breakages, spillage, corpses, interdimensional tears, tears, and unattended viscera to a member. Oh my god. To a member of a tutorial staff. They are appropriately trained in sanitation, body disposal, quantum physics, and mild voodoo. Hello, Spooky. How's your feet? Why the fascination with my feet, Annie? Surely the juiciest stuff for cannibals is like the brain or whatever. Oh, no. Can't eat brains, my lovely. Eating brains gives you the shiggles. Shiggles? What's the shiggles? Shits and giggles, an English disease. Makes you shiver and laugh uncontrollably while you lose control of your body and then you die. I had a friend who had it back home. Significantly less hilarious than it sounds. That sucks, man. Yep. And now I'm all inconsolable, and the only way to cheer me up is to give me a little bite of your giant bum. Damn it, Annie. You almost had me feeling like you weren't a complete ass. I won't need the complete ass. Just half the cheek at most. Okay, that was pretty clever. I'm here all week. Nico Day, you're the new security guard, right? I'm Nico Day, archivist of the Occult Science Building. Feel free to tell me your deepest and darkest. I left school when I was 9 to become a witch, quietly hoping that schools don't teach people anything important past that. Interesting, and they do, by the way, quite a bit. Oh. Well. Shit. Don't listen to him. If you can't count and spell, everything else is optional. Roger Cavendish, Chief Medical Officer. What does that tell you? You can do more than count and spell, right, Doctor? Well, a few things. Bringing people back from the brink of a terrible bohemic death, creating vaccines for supernatural diseases. Have you ever seen a prosthetic tentacle? Don't get him started on his damn prosthetic tentacle. Any more little nuggets of secrecy, Charlotte? Okay, here's a fine one. People think that I cock my hips all the time because it's a Shub-Nigurthic witch coven thing, when really it's because I'm secretly proud of my butt. It's a good butt. Hell yeah, it is. Rest of me sucks, but it's a damn good butt. On behalf of all cannibals, thank you for sharing it with the world. You're welcome.